Hi guys, this is Gaurav Gupta on behalf of Arav Tech ATS.
Good evening, all.
Hi, good evening, Dajit. So this is Gaurav on behalf of ATS and welcome you all in the demo session of this 5G training program, which will be Nokia based. So as of now, I can see that around 9 of us are there. So we'll not wait. If anybody wants to join, then he can join or also. So let me share my screen and I'll just make you walk through this demo session. I'll just share my screen quickly. So anyone please confirm whether my screen is visible to all.
Yes, visible.
Okay, thanks for the confirmation. So basically, today is our demo session. In this, I'll make you a walkthrough, for the upcoming 5G training program for all you guys. We have specially designed for the guys. Not only this will be not only for the guys who are like already working in telecommunication domain in radio frequency environment, but in the past batches also many of our members were there who are not part of exactly who are not RF optimization engineers, but like from various fields like protocol testing, layer testing or IP multimedia services, IMS signaling and all that. So from Arav, I mean ATS, the program module has been designed in such a manner that it will be, it will be helpful not only for the guys who are already working in the telecom RF domain, but also who want to enhance or who want to increase their knowledge, who want to work on their competence, to know the insights of 5G technology. So this will be basically, this will be a complete approximately 1 month of training program in which uh, all the different topics of 5G technology, complete end-to-end 5G technology will be discussed. I will just make you walk through what will be the topics will be covered, how they will be covered, duration and all that I'll be showing to you. So first of all, see the entire 5G training module. This will be Nokia based. Okay, whatever we will discuss, it will be from the Nokia system. Means Nokia system means from optimization perspective, for radio KPI optimization perspective, whatever the troubleshooting steps in terms of parameters, in terms of counters, whatever we discuss, those will be Nokia based only, purely Nokia based. Okay, we carried out for Ericsson also before this, so this will be Nokia based. So I hope that there is no major prerequisite for this course. Prerequisite is only you should be aware of the guys who are already in the working as a RF optimizer. They would be working in LT, the traditional 4G technology. So they must be having at least the fundamental concept of 5G. Apart from the RF guys, if you don't have any knowledge of the 5G, that is also perfectly okay. But at least go through some of the fundamental, some of the basic concepts of 5G. You can start with the basic differences between the 4G technology and the 5G technology, the speed distribution, subcarrier spacing, how the architecture vary. I mean, whatever on a basic level, whatever understanding you have, from the advanced level, we will just make you walk through. So basically, as you can see, the objective of what is the objective of this course? It will be end-to-end coverage of 5G, starting with the architecture and all those parts. So this complete 5G training module we have divided into around 6 modules. 6 modules will be there, which will take a time period of approximately 1 month, as I said a few moments ago. So we will start with the 5G architecture. Module number 1 will be 5G architecture and performance framework. So we will start with the framework completely. How this, I mean, what are the plugin nodes? What are the components? How this architecture been made? How it is different from our traditional technology LTE? What are the new components in it? What are the similarities? Because many of the concepts you will find that guys who are already aware of the LTE technology, you will notice that many of the technical concepts are equivalent to LTE only. But wherever any new feature, any new concept, any new terminology comes, I'll be highlighting that, I'll be pinpointing that, and I'll be discussing it with you in detail, so that the concept can be imbibed into your mind, and the course is designed such that it will be delivery ready. It will be helpful in delivery perspective. That means there will not be only kind of a theoretical class which only recites a kind of a story, but because in today era, whatever discussion you made, whether you're preparing for some interview, or you are having you are showcasing something in front of customer. So they don't rely on only on the theoretical concept, but on the practical application also. And 5G, mostly it is case study based. The more number of case studies, interviews, they will ask, any of the new trial have you performed, any of the new feature you have encountered. If you say yes, they will ask you, how you implemented it, what was the logic, what was the root cause analysis, what was the problem, how you troubleshooted it, and what level of improvement you have given. So ours is like, it will be a systematic approach. We will not directly jump into KPIs, other it will be a kind of a, very fast going space. It will be of no use. So as you can see on the screen, we will start with the 5G architecture that will comprises of all the components that is being used in the complete 5G architecture, and from the radio part, and also from the core part. We will study about the core network elements also. As you can see, access mobility function, AMF, session mobility function, SMF, and user plane function, that we'll be discussing in detail. Then in the architecture itself, we will be covering up some of the critical interfaces. Interfaces means, there should be a component that bridges the gap in between. I mean, the connectivity between the two components. So every component is connected by some interfaces. RF guys already know. They might have studied about the LT interfaces. So similarly, we will, in the architecture module, we will discuss about the NR interfaces as well. Then we will see, the standalone and non-standalone architecture as well, their deployment option, because if you have gone through the fundamental concepts, and even if you have not so, see, 5G deployment option, 5G architecture is basically broadly is of two types. One is standalone, another is non-standalone. So this NSA, or which we called as non-standalone, comprises of both the technologies, where the anchor will be played by your existing infrastructure of LTE, while the data payload, or we can say the user data, that will go from the NR line. So NSA, while in standalone, it will be the architecture, the complete framework will be of 5G. That means the radio, the core, everything will belong to purely 5G. So that we will see what is the difference between the SA architecture, NSA architecture, their functionalities. And then slowly we will start with the KPI part. So after completing of 5G architecture from the hardware part, how it is being designed, why it is being designed, and how it varies, how it differs from the traditional LT architecture. Then slowly we will move towards the KPI part. So talking about KPI part, the next module 2, will be our accessibility optimization. Accessibility, as you know, it is the very, very first gateway before entering to the network, where your RAS call flow, random access procedure, takes place, the preamble allocation and all that. So we will directly start with the RAS procedure, or we can say it as a RAS call flow. It's very, very important. That's why we have purposely put it in the very first topic, because whenever you go, especially for the, for any certification assessment, and especially for the interview, so, the interview will just expect you that you should be having a thorough idea about the RAS procedure, how it flows, I mean, in what steps it has been broken down. So that we will start with RAS call flow. Then we will see one by one relevant broader and the sub KPIs of accessibility. What are the KPIs, how they are being prepared. I mean, how they are being prepared means, what is the mathematical formula behind that, because comprising to that, counter reports are being made, the templates are being made, and through which you will be able to fetch your daily dumps, daily reports. Then, as I just spoke about the NSA means your non-standalone, in which there is existence of both the technologies, LTE and 5G. So it works on the principle of ENDC, that is EU-TRAN dual connectivity, where both the technologies will take place. They have to, how the trade-off has been maintained, how this ENDC works, what is the principle behind, and what is the anchor strategy that follows our ENDC. That we will discuss in the ENDC setup success analysis. This will be there. Then talking about the accessibility part, so we will see what are the critical issues that leads to the accessibility degradation. First of all, we have to see, for any issue, first we have to bucketize. Bucketize means for each and every issue, we have to categorize them in one particular category. For example, if I talk on a broader perspective, whatever KPI you're dealing with, okay, first you will divide that between the issues. I mean, whether your issue from the RAN side, from the radio side, or it is from the hardware side, operational side, or whether it is from the backhaul side, the transport side. Because unless and until you categorize your issue, it will be very, very difficult for you to select the troubleshooting steps. So with that, we will start with the common critical issues that leads to the accessibility degradation, and then followed by that particular that individual category, we will decide our troubleshooting step. That is parameter and parameter tuning. So we will see what are the parameters that are involved in different scenarios, which will improve my accessibility, whether it may be, ERAB improvement or RRC improvement. That we will see. Along with the parameters, we will also see this. I'm repeating that this will be Nokia based, Nokia parameters. So along with the Nokia parameters, we will also see the counters, the relevant performance measurement, or we can say as PM counters, the Nokia PM counters that will be used for your post monitoring. And in order to explain the concepts in more clear, in more broader manner, we will be showcasing you different case studies. After each and every topic, you will observe we will be showing you the relevant case studies. So with the help of those case studies, you will be able to hold on. Yeah, with the help of those case studies, it will give you a kind of a visualization. Okay, clear cut idea. So what that case study will include? The case study will first go with the problem statement. I mean, this is the case study, this is the problem that we found in our network, whether a particular sector of a site is degraded, whether a particular site is degraded, number of sites are degraded, whether a cluster is degraded. So those case studies, first we will go with the problem statement. Then we will see the RCA, that is the root cause analysis. I mean, the primary and secondary findings which we do. And as per their findings, we will see the troubleshooting steps. That is the Nokia parameters that have been used for the KPI improvement. And followed by the PM counters and the KPI trends, which will show you the pre-duration stats and the post-duration stats. That means kind of a showcasing in which you show your customer that this is the level of achievement that I improved by parameter tuning. So those all will be included in the case studies. After accessibility optimization, that is module 2, our third module will be for retainability optimization. It is a very another. See, no KPI is less important, another KPI is more important, nothing like that. But there are some very painful areas. There are some, there is difference. There is a very thin line between expectation and high expectation. So if I talk about retainability optimization, that is the drop optimization, that is the high expectation of every second customer. In any of the assessment you go, the drop is the KPI, which is, very bit painful area. And we have very stringent stringent thresholds for those KPIs. Like, for example, you may hear that one operator is saying that my drop rate should be like less than 0.5%. So another operator, in order to win the competition, it may set the threshold like, no, I want my drop rate to be less than 0.25%. So such kind of strict guidelines are there. So it's not so difficult, but unless and until your concepts are clear. And in today's scenario, today's era, customer wants you to provide the solution at a very faster pace, because it comes with the impression that it is your system. So you have the adequate technical knowledge. This is the problem. I have given you the assignment. You please provide me the solution. So customer comes with that mindset. So in order to maintain a good impression, you must be technically thorough. So we will start with retainability optimization. Likewise, we will see the KPIs that are part of, whether it is a standalone option or a non-standalone option. So what are the KPIs that are used for the in the retainability optimization? Then we will see the ENDC drop scenarios. This will come in non-standalone mode. ENDC will come in non-standalone mode. So what are those failures that are, that are generally comes under the ENDC failures? So we will be having your secondary cell group failures, primary cell group failures, PSL, SCG failures. So all those concepts, all those topics, we will be discussing in detail. And after the problematic scenarios, we will see those factors, either it from the RAN part, radio part, or from the core part. What are those factors that contributes toward my retainability degradation? How to isolate that? Because drop, this is broadly, if I say in a very broader manner, this is divided into two segments. One is your normal release, one is your abnormal release. So normal release is simply when you're talking to someone through your mobile phone, and after your conversation, you just drop the call, you just disconnected your call through your mobile phone. That comes under normal release. That is perfectly fine. But what about the abnormal release? When the conversation is going on, suddenly your call got dropped. So that all stuff comes under the abnormal category, or we can say it as RLF, the radio link failure. So abnormal release counters, we will be studying in detail how to isolate that, how to categorize them, what kind of solutions we provide. Then we will go with the timer optimization. This is very important for retainability optimization. RF guys, if they are here in the group, so they might be aware about the timer optimization in LT. Likewise, similarly, near around similar concepts will be there in NR also. But if any other extension, because 5G, see, 5G comes with some of the special 5G advanced features. Okay, that only works in either SA mode or NSA mode, mainly in the SA mode. So what are those advanced features? I mean, any extension to it, any new concept if it comes, so that will be explained in detail. So as I said, in the accessibility optimization, for retainability optimization also, after each and every topic, I'll be showcasing you the case studies that will show you different problematic scenarios. What is the problem statement, what are the root cause analysis that have been found, and what are the troubleshooting steps that were prepared and that were being executed and followed by the KPI trends. We will also see some of the optimization tools that are being used for, they help you towards your finding out the correct RCA for improving your drop rate or retainability rate. So after module 3, that is, we will be done with our architecture, module 1, interfaces, accessibility module 2, and this module 3 is for retainability optimization. Our fourth module will be for mobility optimization. Mobility, another important area, or I can say not only the important area, but a broader area, a bigger area. Okay, so we will start with many of the concepts get confused. So there is nothing to get confused. We are here to help you. So we will start with the preparation phase. We will go with the execution phase. Then we will divide between intra G node B, how it comes. Now here your 5G comes. So there will be handovers from 5G to LTE, 5G to 5G, LTE to 5G. This is a kind of an extension I'll be showing you. I will show you the MO classes in which you can see the various parameters corresponding to mobility in Nokia system. Okay, and drop and mobility. Drop and mobility, they are very close to each other. They are correlated to each other. They are closely associated to each other. So you cannot think like, if you're encountering drop, you cannot only focus towards the drop area, but you also have to watch out for the mobility. Okay, there are events which triggers your drop rate. So how to improve that? How these mobility events, what are these mobility events, what function they play, and at what specific particular time they are being triggered, what are those measurement reports, what are their ranges, how to tune it in different case scenarios. So with those different case studies, I'll be explaining you these critical events like A3, A5, B2. RF guys, you already know, if you're having that knowledge of LT, so you might have already gone through the mobility events like A1 to A5 and B1 and B2. So likewise, there is no different concept, but yeah, you have an introduction of some different parameters, whether, because here are two deployment options, whether it is standalone or it is non-standalone. See, your NSA, your non-standalone is purely ENDC based. But if I talk about your 5G SA, it is beam optimization. I'll be talking this in detail. I'll not mix up with this concept. This demo session is just to take your walkthrough with the topics, with how this training program has been designed. So we will not mix those concepts. So yes, so we will see some of the very, very critical parameters, commonly asked parameters, and not only commonly asked, but commonly used parameters in our day-to-day life for improving our mobility. For example, talking about the CIO, cell individual offset, time to trigger, how combinedly they are used, what role they play, what will happen, if I increase this parameter, if I decrease this parameter, if I leave it as it is as per the GPL. So those all scenarios in detail, we will be reviewing individually. And of course, last but not the least, as I promised, case studies will also be the part of mobility optimization. That is module 4. So these all topics are for the mobility optimization. Then module 5 will be for throughput optimization, another important area. I'm using this word important again and again because see, from KPI's perspective, guys, optimization is not a kind of a fixed science. It's not a kind of a thumb rule. Every scenario varies, every operator, every expectation varies, every threshold varies. Sometimes new guidelines come, old one goes. So we have to understand that, and we have to mold our solution as per the expectation of the customer. We can't say that, okay, I have studied this concept, so it will, why it is changing. It depends upon scenario to scenario. That is the reason that in this training program, apart from the parameter counter description, apart from the theoretical knowledge, we will also be showcasing you the different case studies, because that combination will give you an interpretation, better interpretation and better visualization, so that you can correlate your concept, whatever being taught, to that case study, so that the concept will be clear to you, and even you can try those parameter tuning in your networks, obviously with the discussion of the customer, because many of the changes are service impacting, many of the changes are non-service impacting. If the changes are non-service impacting, that then nothing to worry. But if they're service impacting, then you have to take first of all your superiors, your customer, into confidence. You cannot, just blindly make changes into the commercial network. Anyways, so in throughput optimization, we will individually study about the downlink and uplink throughput optimization. What are the components that are used in the formula, how the formula being prepared, what are the, how it affects the different layers, like the MAC layer, PDCP layer, DRB layer, how it impacts the different layers. We will see the scheduling efficiency, and we will see the modulation scheme MCS, which we talk about, because in LTE, your LTE supports max to max up to 64 com modulation, but 5G comes with advanced feature, broader bandwidth, large variety of sub-carrier spacing to choose. So it goes up to higher modulation scheme, for example, 256 QAM. So we will see, why this, how it supports this higher modulation scheme, what will happen if, your network stops, or you will stop support higher modulation scheme. What are those troubleshooting steps? How to eradicate those issues? And talking about throughput optimization, which is obviously a very vast field. So we cannot forget the concept of carrier aggregation, MIMO, massive MIMO, rank, and transport block size utilization. I know that guys may have some good competency, some may have moderate competency. So training hours is from ATS. Training program is not like to judge anybody's competency or take somebody's interview or to assess someone. Just to, just to convey you that this will be, every session will be open kind of discussion. At any point of time, if you feel, some topics that needs to be repeated, please say aloud. If you have some feedback, if you have some question. So it is nothing like that questions are only meant to be asked towards the end of the session. Questions will always be welcome, and they can be asked at any point of time, guys. Even if we are discussing any other KPI, and if any question comes into your mind for other KPI. So please don't think that I'm late, I cannot ask in this session. It is nothing like that. It will be an open discussion. So please feel free to clarify your doubts. Feel free to ask your doubts at any point of time, right? So yes, carrier aggregation, MIMO rank, and transport block size utilization, and along with the case studies of throughput optimization. So this will be our module 5. Our last module, that is module 6, will be kind of the name I have given as end-to-end performance and troubleshooting. See, about this session, because until this time, we will be completing all the KPI categories. Every technical concept will be delivered to you. Now, session cannot be completed before, taking up the wholesome questions from your side and to revise. So it will be a kind of refresher course in which, slowly we will revise. We will revise whatever we have discussed. Any of the topics, if you guys feel that has been left, that yet need to be discussed, you can please come with it, and we will discuss that also. If any other case study, if any new case study, if I found, that will also be showcased to you. I will show to you. Okay. Apart from KPI will be the only agenda, and we will see what are the thresholds. Because threshold, if I talk about, threshold doesn't vary in a very, threshold don't have very much difference between the operators. They are near around to the same value only. But still, we will discuss about what are the acceptable ranges, what are the degraded ranges, what are the excellent ranges, those all. So it is a kind of a refresher course, starting from the module 1. And as we do the revision, you can come up with your questions, you can come up with your feedbacks. So this is how our 6 modules will go. And talking about the classes, see, the classes will be only strictly on the weekends, because it is not practically possible for anyone to, to do the office work and to attend the classes in the weekdays. It becomes very hectic and not possible to imbibe all the concepts. So the classes will be done on Saturday and Sundays. And some of our guys, they join from outside India also. So conveying about the timings. So as per the IST, that is Indian Standard Time, Saturday, the classes will be there from 8 to 10 p.m. And Sunday, the next day, the class will be from 9 to 11 a.m. Again, to repeat that, classes will be strictly on the weekend time period. And as per the Indian Standard Time, Saturday, the duration of the class will be from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. And Sunday, they will be from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. So within the max to max duration of 1 month, we will be completing all our 6 modules. Okay. And apart from all these case studies and parameter description and all those problematic statement, all with theoretical concept on, we will be showing you the KPI reports as well, kind of dashboards as well, so that the guys who have already supported or are supporting Nokia, they can easily correlate with the guys which are not working for Nokia. They're working for any other provider or any other vendor. They will be able to see, they will be having an opportunity to see how this Nokia terminology works. So we will see that also. Dashboards will be delivered to you, and as I said, duration will be for 1 month, and yes, certification will be issued by ATS. Uh, as of now, I can see we are like around 18, which is a good strength. I really insist, guys, that be in the same number in the coming classes, and please refer to your friends to be a part of it. And again, to say, please don't consider it is a kind of a assessment. It will be open discussion. If you too have something to say, you're free to say, and questions will always be welcome. Even if you feel that some concept has gone with a very fast pace, please come in between and ask me to repeat that concept. I'll be deliver it to you again in a best efficient manner. So this was the demo classes. Commencement of this batch will be conveyed to you by the management of ATS when when this model will be kicked off. But duration will be that only, like Saturday and Sunday. Let me stop my screen. So yes. Brajesh sir, are you on the call?
Hello, guys. Any query question you can ask?
Demo topics and subtopics we have already conveyed to you, so it may have given you a basic idea. If you have any
Yeah,
query, feel free to ask, please.
yeah.
Okay.
Hi, this is Pranjul.
Yeah.
Actually, I have some
Mhm.
issue with the timing on Saturday.
Okay.
My Sunday morning is okay for me, but
Mhm.
for Saturday, I'm actually having some different classes. So, is there any availability of
Actually,
other
Pranjul,
time?
see, the timing has been, timing has been fixed as per the feedback from the majority of the people, because the evening time, many of the organizations, they work on Saturday also. So that's why we have purposely, on Saturday, we haven't placed this session on morning or afternoon or evening. We have purposely placed this on Saturday because many of the guys work on Saturday also. So that's the reason, by taking a feedback from majority of the people, this time has been set. So
Can it be a bit earlier so that like from 8 to 9 or 9:30, like this?
for that, sir, can you comment, please?
Yes, sir. We can schedule at to 9:30, and we
Mhm.
can stretch up on Sunday 30 minutes. No issue.
Mhm.
And Pranjal, all session will be recorded. If you miss, you can go through the recorded. No limitation of recorded session. You will use it in future as well.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
So basically, what I was comfortable with is 7:30 to like 8:30, this type of timing, or 7 to 8:30. Because from 8:35, 8:30 to further, I have a separate sessions, separate class
Okay, you
where
can
I.
discuss with our team offline. You can ping him on
Okay,
WhatsApp. Okay.
right.
Yes.
So any other question, guys? Anybody wants to
Yeah,
any
one candidate. How will be the scope in future like Swan?
scope of future and optimization, ongoing SON AI
Uh,
women
One
upcoming?
more question, actually, I
What
have.
is
The training will have like uh, parametric optimization and counter based optimization,
It's
yes?
training totally based on parameter and counter, nothing more.
right? So will you be able to show like any parametric changes in network or
The
like
case studies which were I was just conveying you. So that case study will comprises of all the Nokia relevant parameters that are being tuned, and the performance measurement counters that are being monitored post the optimization along with the KPI trend. So don't
and
worry about, we will see.
do you include some like
Mhm.
concept on the hardware part also, Nokia hardware, what type of hardware they support, and like how we change in the network in terms of like if it is a CLI based or GUI based. So
Are you like, no, just want to understand, are you from operational team or some, because yes, hardware is eminent part, Many of the customer even expect, especially Nokia, they just want to know.
Yeah, actually, I'm into RA part, and I'm currently working with Nokia system
Okay.
itself.
Mhm.
So I want to like uh, explore more on the Nokia
Okay, so for you, we'll be adding
parametric
that other part
implementation,
as well.
how any scripting or something like that
We
sort
will
of.
be adding whatever the best possible way, basics of hardware part also. What are the baseband that is being used? ABO, ABA being used in Nokia. So we will add up that part also. Okay.
Okay, and like how we change the parameters in system, like
Yes.
CRs, change
Yes. That
change
will be part of case study. That will be part of case study. For that all aspects only, the case studies will be included. So
and
those all
different type of manage object and related
MO
parameters.
classes, yeah, MO
Yeah.
classes, the
Yeah.
corresponding MO classes and the relevant parameters, their ranges, the value that has been, found as set as LMS, and what are the tuning, how much tuning we will do with this
And
parameter. So that will be
one more most important thing is LMS, layer management.
layer management
How
setting. Yeah.
we uh, traffic balance, how we traffic between balance between different layers and with the interrelation with 4G.
So load balancing, we will be discussing in detail. This is a separate topic. So load
Okay,
balancing because if we talk about 5G, see you.
because I'm expecting basically a thorough Nokia system of
That's perfectly fine.
training.
Because in
Yeah,
LTE, you might have already studied about load balancing, but in 5G, you have to steer your traffic from LTE, traditional LTE to 5G.
yeah,
So for
right.
that, for that load balancing, we will be discussing in detail. Okay.
Okay, okay.
And Gauda, how will be the scope of future for optimization, ongoing SON AI boom, and upcoming ARN? See, even though if you are using the AI, there's whether using AI or Gen AI, okay, Gen AI just creates your idea as well. AI will just follow your guiding principle. It will apply the logic. It will give you the solution. But see, unless and until you go through those technical concepts, at least those fundamental key principles are not clear to you, then what logic will you give to the AI? What model will you prepare? So that is a kind of that automation, whatever automation you use, apart from, because directly you will not jump into Gen AI, you will have to go through first through the AI. So AI part, you have to give the logic, you have to prepare an orchestration. But before going to that part, at least you must be thorough with the key concepts, key fundamental concepts, that how this flow works, what this parameter is all about, how this KPI works, what is the expectation of the customer, how different scenarios being dealt, why. So to answer that why and when, before going to that machine part, before going to the automation part, at least those cleansing of those concepts should be essential. So for that we have organized this session. After this, after you go through this, you can go with the AI part and automation part, right? And SON, if we talk about, still see, ANR used by every operator. SON, mostly operator already using SON, but not every operator is still using SON. So yeah, this will be a kind of a foundational bet for you, before moving to the AI section. I hope that answers your question, Goda. Yeah, okay. Welcome. So I hope no more question. And commencement of the batch and all will be conveyed by ATS as early as possible. So are we good to close this demo session?
Guys, any other query from anyone? You can ask. We are here to next 5 minutes. Gaurav, you can leave.
Okay.
The required. The session will be scheduled next 5 to 10 minutes. You can take it. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Thanks a lot, guys, for joining, and I hope that same amount will be there in the
Sir,
upcoming batch.
one last question. One last question.
Yeah.
Yeah, who will be the trainer, sir? Can we can you share the detail like what type of experience?
The guy who is speaking to you, that is myself, will be the trainer. Myself,
Okay, sir.
Gaurav Gupta. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So
Okay,
we will be meeting every now and then. Okay.
okay, right, sir.
Yeah. So I'm leaving as of now.
You are currently working for Nokia system or any system like
No,
in automation?
I'm not into. I mean, I'm in telecom domain, but I don't work for any Nokia, Ericsson. I'm into some different department.
You are a trainer as a
Yeah,
working
I'm
as a
kind of a
trainer.
I'm kind of a flexible tenure itself.
Yeah,
I
Gaurav having 18 years of experience in telecom industry, having worked with different vendors, okay, like Nokia, Ericsson, Huawei, Samsung, is multitasking, okay, and multi-vendor expert. So whatever you are expecting, you will get. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks for the questions, Pranjul. Sir, I'm dropping as of now. And
Okay,
thank you
okay.
guys for attending this demo session. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So, is there anything like you're adding, or can I drop?
Yeah, yeah. Guys, any query? If, otherwise, we can wind up this call. Those who are interested, you can get connect to our team for the registration process. Okay. The fee detail will share into the group.
Yeah, sure, sure. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks to all. Bye bye. Enjoy your
Bye.
weekend.
Bye.